here with Ohio State coach Ryan. Saturday morning, Miles Martin wins a close one here against Parker. What do you talk about after last night's disappointment and getting them ready for today?
I mean, sometimes it's not so much what you say, just being there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not an easy. I mean, you know, there's no magic words, right, to console someone who wanted something so badly, and the instant after it's gone, there's not too many words to say other than you just trusting God's plan. I mean,
Yeah.
just trusting God. I mean, and come back, deal with the pain because it's going to hurt. There's no way to not make it hurt. There's no way to heal it right away. So deal with it, and then tomorrow morning, get up. There's a bunch of fans that came here to see you compete, and find a way to build up the courage to come back and take third. He'll do that. Parker's excellent.
Great.
I think Parker was third last year. He lost his first round match. He rolled back to third. So
Yeah.
we knew he's a good athletic opponent, and Miles
mentally
did a good
tough
job.
too,
Mentally
right?
tough.
Like,
No.
I
Yeah,
mean, at this point, everybody's got to be mentally
Yeah, and
tough.
he's coming off a win, and we're coming off a loss.
Yeah.
You know, a heartbreaking loss. One of the toughest losses I've been a part of as a coach, I'd say. We lost some tough ones. Luke losing in the semis hurt, and
Yeah.
Campbell hurt. But that was a.
You don't see this one coming.
That was, yeah. We didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
You know, and I said last night, credit to Dean. He wrestled a really smart match, and so he's got one more college match. I just told him, let's get this one, and then
Right.
you know, he's got big plans for his life. He wants to win world titles, and let's get this last one for Ohio State, and then you get yourself ready to win some world championships.
I know you got to go, but any
Yeah.
thoughts on how the team's performing here?
Yeah, some guys really, you know, have wrestled really well. It's really tough, you know, for freshmen to do well here. We got
Yeah.
3 freshmen in the lineup. You know, Burrows put out a great tweet. He's such a great example. Jordan, he put out a great tweet last week just about he was 1-2 his freshman year. Now, he lost to 2 really good guys, but he
Sure.
was 1-2. And then to think that he'd go on to be one of the best wrestlers in world history
Yeah.
after 1-2. It's your will, your determination, your consistency, your resiliency. This sport tests all those things. And the reality is, and I love this about this sport, is sometimes your best isn't good enough.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, many times in life, people end their lives without ever learning that lesson. And we learn it here all the time in this sport, so.
Tell me a little bit
Yeah.
about McKenna. He looked like he'd already wrestled NCAAs when he showed up here.
Yeah.
Tough kid.
Joey's special, man. Joey's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
He's a perfectionist, and I've said this before, with perfection comes stress.
Yeah.
You know, when you want to be perfect, when you want to have 4.0 and you want to do, you know, be perfect in everything you do, the perfect shot, the perfect position, there's a lot of stress that comes with it. And Joey has learned to trust God. His faith has grown here. And to take that stress and just, it's real, so don't pretend it's not real, but kind of insert it in this bucket called fear and stress,
Right.
and leave it there for a while.
Okay.
You know, so you know, he's been a great leader for us, and you know, Joey's been a real honor to coach Joey. It's been a real blessing to have in our program.
Tell me, last thing,
Yeah.
the personal relationships. You know, it's not what you say maybe to Miles or Joey at this
Yeah.
point. It's about the relationship.
Yeah.
How do you view your role as? I know you're very spiritual or
Yeah.
faith-based,
Yeah.
but I mean, you're a dad to these guys in many
Yeah.
senses of the word. How have you grown with that relationship and that trust and the bond as a coach?
I think,
or a
I mean,
person?
trust is, I would say, trust is hard to gain and easy to lose.
Yeah.
Right? It's very easy to lose trust and hard to gain it. So just day in and day out, if you say you're going to do something, you do it. You're there from them every chance you can. But you are an example, right? You work to be the best example you can be. And when you make a mistake, you admit, hey, I made a mistake. You embrace pain and suffering, right? All
Yeah.
leaders do that. Every
Yeah.
person I admire has done that at some point in their time. And you share truth, truth and grace with grace. So we have that kind of relationship. I got a great staff.
Yeah.
You know, Travell's amazing. Jay Jaggers is amazing. And Coach Ralph, Coach Jordan. I just have a great group of people around these guys. And, you know, I think they realize how fortunate they are to be at a place that cares about the sport, that has a staff that cares about them. And we like that.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
Very few people have their entire professional
Yeah.
year judged in the 3-day period, and not
Yeah.
that it's. And I know you've got other stuff on a personal level that
Yeah.
gives you
Sure.
calm and serenity. But can you talk a little bit about the what it feels like to build towards
Yeah,
this?
I want this to always be about, so, I want it to never be about Tom Ryan, right, and always about Jesus Christ. I believe that he was who he said he was, and I want our program to reflect the values that he stood for, what he taught. So that is, at the end of the day, there's forums and people yapping and with Tom's this or Tom's that, or the program's this or they're not wrestling. At the end of the day, I mean, when there's a surface on your body that is embedded in truth, those things don't stick, right? They don't stick. You can't be labeled by what the world says when you know why you're here. And a lot of us are too busy, like I was. We're just too busy. Life is busy and noisy to quiet the world enough to figure out why we are here.
Yeah.
And through tragedy, I quieted the world and explored why I'm here. And I got an answer.
Coach, thanks for the time, and I really
Thanks, man.
appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure.